Everyone, good morning. Thanks very much for being here, and thanks for the work that you do. Also, thanks to all the folks that have joined us online. I think we actually have more online than are present here. But as you knew, the City of Erie's, this is our first public hearing on our annual plan for money coming from the federal government, which we don't know quite exactly how much money we're going to get yet. So we're going to talk about the projects and programs that you've all submitted today, but we don't have dollar amounts for that yet because we don't know how much we're going to get. So, the two people that know a lot more about this are sitting to my left, your right, so I'm going to turn it over to Deborah to kick things off. Deborah.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for joining us. My name is Deborah Smith, and I am the Director for the Department of Economic and Community Development. I have here with me Veronica Fields, who is the Grant Administrator. Today we will discuss the process for our fiscal year 2022 annual plan. The 5-year consolidated plan was developed back in 2020. The plan is effective from 2020 to 2024. Each year, the City of Erie is required to update the consolidated plan with an annual plan to ensure that we're still meeting the needs of the community. For the fiscal year 2020 plan, applications were open from December 1st, 2021 to January 28, 2022. This year we will have a total of 4 public hearings before the fiscal year 2022 plan is submitted to HUD. In addition, we will continue to accept comments and any information that anyone would like to provide to us orally or in writing. So on about May 13th, 2022, the City of Erie will be on schedule to submit its fiscal year 2022 annual statement describing the intended uses of the following resources made available through the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. If official notifications of HUD allocations are known within that time frame. Currently, right now, we do not know exactly what our funding requests will be or what we may be allocated. There are no announcements available for either 2022 CDBG home or ESG entitlement programs. With regard to the entitlement programs, those are authorized annually by Congress through the Appropriations Act. HUD will announce those amounts 60 days after they receive the bill. And so this year we normally would have our projects listed in our packet, but because we don't know what the allocation is, we will not, we're going to wait and actually list those at a later date. Just because if the funding is decreased by what we receive, we would have to reduce any allocation that would be submitted to any agency. So, the City of Erie prepared the 5-year consolidated plan, as I mentioned, in 2020, and at that time, from 2020 to 2024, from all the information that was gathered from public hearings, from surveys, from comments, the following 6 priorities and subsequent goals and strategies were identified for the City of Erie for the period of 2020 through 2024 for the Community Development Block Grant, Home Investment Partnership, Programs, and Emergency Solutions, and they are as follows. A is housing priority. There's a need to improve the quality of the housing stock in the community by increasing the amount of decent, safe, sound, and accessible housing for homeowners, renters, and home buyers that is affordable to low and moderate income persons and families. And so the goals and strategies for this is housing rehabilitation, rental rehabilitation, housing construction, fair housing, home ownership, public housing. B is homeless priority. There's a need for housing and support services for homeless persons and persons who are at risk of becoming homeless. And the goals and strategies are the continuum of care, operation and support, prevention and housing, permanent housing. C is other special needs priority. There's a continual need for affordable housing, services, and facilities for persons with special needs and the disabled. And the goals and strategies are housing, social services, accessibility. D is community development priority. There's a need to improve the public and community facilities, infrastructure, public services, and the quality of life for all residents in the community. And the goals and strategies are community facilities, infrastructure, public services, accessibility, public safety, code enforcement, clearance, revitalization, historical preservation. E is economic development. There's a need to increase employment, self-sufficiency, education, job training, technical assistance, and economic empowerment of low and moderate income residents in the community. Goals and strategies are employment, financial assistance, redevelopment program, financial incentives. F is administration, planning, and management priority. There's a continual need for planning, administration, management, and oversight of federal, state, and local funded programs. And now I'll turn it over to Veronica Fields, who will provide you with information on proposed funding amounts for fiscal year 2022.
Good morning, everyone. As of yet, we have not received our annual allocations from HUD. We don't know at this time what our fiscal year 2022 allocations will be. The numbers before you today are from the fiscal year 2021 allocated amounts. It will be 2 to 3 months before HUD provides the city with funding for fiscal year 2022. Proposed funding amounts for 2022. Community Development Block Grant, $3,211,390. Home Investment Partnership, Home Program, $809,159. Emergency Solutions Grant, ESG Program, $270,566. In addition to the estimated funding resources noted above, the city has identified and included anticipated or received program income from CDBG funded activities of $5,000 and reprogrammed funds from prior fiscal years totaling $215,514.53. Public hearing schedule of events. Schedule subject to change based on timing of HUD notification of actual allocations. Notice was published in the classified section of the Erie Times on Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022, announcing the first public needs and input hearing, which are being held Monday, March the 7th, 2022 at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Notice will be published again on March 28th, 2022, announcing the second public hearings, which are being held on April the 5th, 2022 at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Citizens will be provided an opportunity to present their views on housing and non-housing community development needs and to comment on the priorities and level of funding assigned by the City of Erie in addressing the needs as contained in the HUD 5-year Consolidated Plan. Critical dates. December 1st, 2021 to January 28th, 2022, solicitation of proposals, applications available beginning December 1st, 2021. January 28th, 2022, applications are due. January 31st through February 7th, 2022, review applications. February 7th through February 11th, 2022, presentations for CDBG and home projects. February 22nd, 2022, published notice for first public hearing. March the 5th, 2022, study session with City Council. March 7th, 2022, first public hearing, citizen input hearings at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. March 28th, 2022, published third annual plan, project use of funds, advertised for required 30-day public comment period ending April 28, 2022. Second public hearing date will be advertised for April 5th, 2022. April 5th, 2022 is the second public hearing. Citizen input and hearings are at 10 a.m. and again at 6 p.m. April or May 2022, Council's authorization to submit third annual plan to HUD. May 13th, 2022, third annual plan submitted to HUD for required 45-day review period ending June 27, 2022. June 1st and 15th, 2022, Council appropriation and authorization to enter into contract with subrecipients. July 1st, 2022, the program year will begin. Back to Deborah.
Thank you, Veronica. And as Veronica mentioned, these numbers are proposed. Will also be contacting agencies for additional information. So be prepared to provide us with information. Some of the applications did not contain all of the necessary information that we needed. As Veronica mentioned, on March 28th, 2022, we will have a list of proposed projects in the newspaper as well on the City of Erie's website. These projects will be listed even if we have not received our notification from HUD, and there may be changes if the numbers from HUD come back in lower than what we anticipate them to be. And so at this time, we will actually have citizens' comment. So if anyone is interested in providing comment, those in the audience
Recording
as well.
in progress.
Excuse me. Those in the audience as well as those who are on Zoom. So at this time, we'll take any public comment from anyone who would like to speak. We ask that you come to the podium and to give your name, your agency's name, and you'll have 5 minutes to provide comments. Please note, we will not respond to any comments at this time. So if anyone would like to come to the podium, and then we will go to anyone who may be on Zoom who would like to make comment. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Matthew Good. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Housing and Neighborhood Development Service, more commonly known as HANDS. I appreciate the consideration. HANDS has submitted a development for consideration under the HOME program, and a successful model that we've had in the past is local buy-in through the HOME program and commitments to leveraging significant sources of funding for developments over the years. Our proposed project is 50 permanent units of housing that address a lot of the many of the needs that are listed within the priorities, including supportive housing, permanent housing, new construction, as well as a homeless preference that we have been successful with. So I just appreciate the consideration. The project is in kind of the early stages, but proposes the development of a redevelopment of a brownfield site here in the city. So getting that land back into active use to provide affordable, supportive housing in the city's east side is the focus of our project. So just thank you for the support over the years and the successful partnership that we've had, and look forward to hearing more about the funding in the next several months. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew.
Thanks.
Is there anyone else who is in the audience who would like to provide public comment at this time? If so, we ask that you come forward to the podium. Okay. Is there anyone on Zoom who would like to provide comment at this time? Please raise your hand if you would like to provide comment. Okay.
Good morning. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Betsy Wiest. I'm the Executive Director of St. Patrick's Haven. And I wanted to thank you for the assistance that you have given us in the past. I appreciate your consideration of our application again this year. The funding that we receive allows us to continue to provide support to homeless men in Erie. Your partnership means more to us than you realize, and we are so grateful that you are part of our stream. Thank you.
Thank you, Betsy.
Good morning. Thank you, everyone.
Good morning.
The Urban Erie Community Development Corporation would like to thank the City of Erie for their support of our application for Community Development Block Grant funding to provide out-of-school time academic support services to low and moderate income students in the City of Erie. This funding allows us to leverage our application with other funding sources, and we're able to provide academic support services to encourage good grades, good behavior, and good attendance for Erie School District students. And thank you for your continued support of this program.
Thank you, Veronica.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Chad Dixon. I'm the CFO at Bethesda Lutheran Services. We have our Trinity Center on West 18th Street. And the funding that CDBG has provided for us in the past, we are very, very thankful for. Two things that we partner with you guys. You fund part of all of our summer rec program. And this is a 6-week program. And the kids get to come to our center. There are so many different activities that they get to participate in. They get so many services, and without the funding from CDBG, we just wouldn't be able to do this. So I want to thank you for the past funding for this. It's just amazing seeing the kids and the services they get to receive. And numbers have fluctuated over the past couple years. We're hoping for like 75, maybe 100 kids this year to be able to serve in our summer rec program. And it all depends on enrollment, but we are available to the kids there. And then the other program that we do have an application into CDBG for is really throughout the school year. We have an after-school program at the Trinity Center, and the application does provide for a little bit of offsetting salaries for 2 of our staff. And again, without everybody's funding coming together, we would just have such a hard time serving the kids. And I know the kids greatly appreciate it. Families get to come in. I just thank you so much for the consideration for this year and for all of the past funding that you provided. Thank you.
Thank you, Chad. Is there anyone else on Zoom who would like to make comments? If so, we ask that you raise your hand now. Okay. And I'll do a last call for the, oh, okay.
Tina, you're on?
I'm on.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning. Thanks for the opportunity to speak. I want to thank the City of Erie and Mayor Schember for your partnership with us in tackling industrial blight in the city. It's really been an important partnership, and it's allowed us to move forward in a relatively quick manner. This grant would allow our project to proceed in a timely manner, and will act as a bridge and a match to other resources. As you know, we're looking at investing more than $20 million on the West 12th Street site. And this is an important component of that. So more than anything, again, I want to thank you for your partnership. It's been really fruitful, and it's been great working with all of you. So thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, Tina, for all you're doing.
Is there anyone else on Zoom who would like to speak? All right, I was going to do one last call for anyone in the audience who would like to come up and give public comment.
One thing I'd like to remind the audience too, if you didn't sign in yet, we'd appreciate it. A couple people I know came in a little late, but there's a sheet over to your right there near the door. If you could sign in on that, we'd appreciate it.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. All right, I'd just like to thank everyone for coming out to this first public hearing. We will be having another public hearing today at 6 p.m. It'll be in person, Zoom, live streaming, and YouTube. Our next public hearing will be April 5th, 2022 at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. It will be in the same format. Do you have any comments you want to make, Mayor?
I'll just close by thanking everybody for the work you do, all you on Zoom as well. We really appreciate the work you're doing to help, especially poor minorities, moderate income people here in Erie, move them forward. We really appreciate the work you're doing. Thanks very much.
Thank you all, and have a great rest of the day.